We usually think of speaking as just expressing a thought that's already fully formed in our heads. But what if that's completely backward? What if the simple act of being listened to is what actually creates our best ideas, and maybe even who we are? Today we're diving into a powerful framework that totally flips our understanding of communication on its head. This quote from Brenda Euland really gets to the heart of it all. The big idea here isn't just that listening makes people feel good. I mean, it does. But that listening is a creative act. It literally gives a person's ideas, and even their sense of self, the space to grow and take shape in the world. So for all you product leaders out there, here's a wild thought. What if your single greatest tool for innovation isn't your own brilliant ideas, but your ability to create a space where your team can discover theirs? Yeah, this is a huge shift in how we typically think about leadership. All right, so let's start with this core paradigm shift. When we listen, we're not just some passive bucket catching information. Nope. We are actively helping to create the person who is speaking to us. This slide really lays it out. On the one hand, you've got the old way of thinking. I have a fully formed thought, and I just transmit it to you. Simple. But the unfolding self model? Well, that's way more interesting. It says our ideas start out as these fragile, half-formed little things, and they only get strong when they're spoken into a safe, attentive space. So the listener, in this model, isn't just a receiver, they're a co-creator. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually do it? Well, we can use this really powerful metaphor, the conversational greenhouse. And this is a framework every single product leader can start using to grow the best ideas from their team. Think of it like this. Every truly innovative idea starts out as this tiny, vulnerable seed. As a leader, your job is to be the gardener. You're not there to jam your own seeds into the soil. You're there to create the perfect conditions, the warmth, the safety, for someone else's seed to sprout. And wow, this slide just nails the difference, doesn't it? We've all been in those conversations on the left, the unsafe ground. You share a half-baked thought, and bam, it's immediately shot down. You feel small, foolish, and you learn real fast not to bring up ideas again. But when a leader creates the safe ground on the right, just by being curious and paying attention, that fragile idea starts to take root. The speaker feels seen, and you can literally watch their thinking get clearer right in front of you. Let's make this real. Let me tell you a quick story about a leader who absolutely nailed being a gardener. So picture this, major tech company. There's a junior designer, and she has this little kernel of an idea. It is not fully formed, and she is absolutely certain her notoriously critical manager is just going to tear it to shreds. The stakes feel incredibly high for her. She finally gets up the courage, walks into his office, and just starts nervously explaining her idea. But the manager does something she totally didn't expect. He puts his phone down. He turns his full attention to her, and he just listens, no interruptions, for 5 whole minutes as she kind of rambles on. And then, when she finally trails off, he doesn't critique it, he doesn't judge it, he asks this simple but incredibly powerful unfolding question. See, this question isn't about finding flaws, it's about finding energy. It's like a gentle invitation for her to find the real heart of her own idea. In that one moment, everything changed. In the safety of his focused attention, she started exploring the part she was most passionate about. Her thinking got clearer, more confident, the weak parts of the idea just fell away, and this brilliant core emerged. He didn't give for the idea. His listening allowed her to find it herself. That story is just a perfect lead-in to our playbook. So you want to be that kind of leader, right? Here's exactly how you can build your own conversational greenhouse. So there are 5 steps. First, you've got to train yourself to see the seed of potential in an idea, not just jump on its flaws. Second, create the greenhouse with your full, undivided attention. Third, ask those unfolding questions to help them explore, not defend. Fourth, act as a mirror. Summarize what you're hearing to help them clarify their own thoughts. And finally, and this one is so key, when a great idea emerges, give them full ownership. Say, that is a brilliant idea you've come up with. And here are some of those awesome, unfolding questions you can literally start using today. They're simple, they're open-ended, and they are completely non-judgmental. See, they're not about getting to a solution fast, they're about helping the other person do their absolute best thinking. That magic wand question, by the way, is especially powerful for just unlocking creativity. Okay, let's wrap this all up by connecting it back to what it really means to be an effective leader. Because this isn't just some soft skill, it's a core competency, and you can actually measure it.
For all of you who love your data, think about it in these terms. What's your idea generation rate? When people bring you those fragile, half-baked ideas, what percentage of them leave as viable concepts? Or what about a speaker confidence score? Just watch their energy. Does it go up or down after talking to you? And maybe the most important metric of all, do people proactively seek you out with their early ideas? That is the ultimate sign that you've become a known greenhouse.
And hey, if you just want one simple tactical rule to take away from all this for your one-on-ones, let it be this number. Aim to spend 80% of the time listening. You have to resist that urge to jump in and solve everything. Your role is to create the space for them to solve it. So I'll leave you with this final thought, a personal challenge. After your very next meeting, your very next one-on-one, ask yourself this question. The answer you get, well, that's the true measure of your leadership. It's not about what you said, it's about who you help them become.